Hey everyone, this is Sun Moon Tarot 222. My name is Serena. I am so excited to be doing a reading. I didn't expect to do a reading today. I didn't expect to know exactly when I'd be ready to come and do a reading at all. I've been going through just some tough energies the past few weeks, some tough stuff in my life personally, and I don't ever want to come on here and not have clear energy or good energy, but sometimes stuff happens, and perhaps I have come on when I didn't have great energy, and um, you know, we all can just do our best, right? Try and just do our best every day. I'm just really happy to be back. I have a little bit different of a setup here. I've done some rearranging in my house. This is my new office space, and I live in New York, so as you can see, like my kitchen in the background is also a thing. So if I pan around this living room, which I'm not going to, it's like kitchen, office space, living room, everything in this one room, but I love it. I love my space, and I'm very grateful, and I'm just going to jump right in. So this reading is for tough soul connections, okay? And so we're just going to look at your energy. So the energy of the listener, we're going to look into the energy of whom you're listening for. Twin flame, or deep soul connection dynamic stuff could come out. I'm not sure exactly what's going to come out. But I know that what I will be calling for is guidance for the listener in tough soul connection. So anything that's just like presenting some challenges for you, most likely there's turmoil in some sense, maybe some arguing, or perhaps separation. That's very likely, because why would you be going to a reading if you knew exactly what your partner was feeling and sensing and thinking, or if they were like expressing things to you themselves? Like, why would you need to come to a reading? So this is for tough soul connections. I'm going to pull one Universal Love Oracle card, and then I'm going to clarify as needed. Okay, so, and then a general rule for tarot: take the messages that resonate with you, don't take messages that don't resonate, and don't try and make it fit. So if I'm not tapping into your energy, then this is probably not the reading for you, and then you can just click off and find another reading or another reader that you're vibing with more. So what is one? Woo! That is a lot. That's way too many. Way too many, Spirit. One overall message for the listeners. Dreams. Okay, we're just coming off of the Gemini new moon. There's a lot happening behind the scenes. And I know that because I too don't know what's happening. But my dreams have been very active. I wake up still feeling a little bit tired, which means there's a lot of activity happening. And I've been so busy that, I can't say that I'm really great at remembering my dreams, or like remembering to set the intention to remember my dreams the next morning. I've always wanted to journal more. Nonetheless, dreams are coming out. So this is what I'm getting right away, and based on kind of what I've been feeling too lately, is just that there's a lot going on behind the scenes. There's a lot going on in different dimensions that we, being in these difficult love connections, we're being really challenged right now to tap into our intuition, to get clear, to pick up on different messages and synchronicities that we're seeing in our physical environment if we aren't totally tapped into our intuitive gifts yet. So I really feel like anybody who's watching this and resonating with this message right now does know that you're aware that you have intuitive gifts, but perhaps they're the messages are coming through you in your dream state, because that's when that's when you are egoless, and that's when spirit is able to convey clearer messages because your ego is not in the way. Now, this is not to say that people who are tapped into their gifts aren't watching this. I'm just saying that there's so much going on behind the scenes and under the surface that we're really being challenged right now to tap in. That's really what I'm getting. So I want to look at what is in and I'm going to be using the Book of Shadows Tarot. There's 2 decks here. I'm going to be using the As Above deck for the masculine and the As Below deck for, I'm going to use the traditional Rider-Waite for the feminine. So I want to look at what first is in the masculine's headspace. I really want to look at what is in his headspace. And I'm just saying he because that's easiest. Doesn't have to be a he. So what is in the masculine's headspace at this time for this connection? We have the 7 of Wands. So the 7 of Wands is an energy of defensiveness. We see an energy here in this card, and it's a woman in the picture, but it doesn't matter if, it doesn't matter male or female. The energy is an energy of defense. And this person in the picture, as you can see, is like defending their argument with facts. And so there's something going on in your connection where either they're defending themselves out loud or they're defending themselves sort of in their head. Regardless, it's their thinking brain, right? It's their, it's what's happening cognitively with them. Perhaps they're really in their ego, and they're maybe thinking that like they are right about something and you are wrong, or like they feel like whatever the situation is, or perhaps it's an argument or whatever the circumstance is, they feel like they're having to defend themselves for whatever reason. So I'm gonna pull now a card for the feminine's headspace from the Rider-Waite. So what is in the feminine's headspace for this connection currently, Spirit? We have the 8 of Swords. So while the masculine is in the 7 of Wands energy, the feminine in their headspace, the feminine is feeling like kind of trapped in their headspace. Swords are for headspace, so that makes a lot of sense. There's an energy around feeling like they're like prisoners of their own thoughts. So perhaps if you're a feminine watching, there's something about this connection that you might be feeling really trapped by in your head. Like you can't get out of this situation. You can't get your person out of your mind. You can't get the connection out of your mind. Everywhere you turn, everything that you do, you're thinking about your masculine. You're thinking about perhaps the issues that you're having. You're thinking about just perhaps also repeating something in your head as if, my sense is that like, what you might need to do is do something to release this. So either talk it out or journal. And I'm kind of getting into advice right now, but something is trapped like in your head, like almost like this vicious cycle that you're going over. Like you can't get out of your head about this. I'm going to pull for heart space now. So what is in the masculine's heart space for this connection, Spirit? The wheel. Okay. So the wheel is about really actually in their heart space, like really feeling like whatever is supposed to happen is going to happen for the best. It's a card of waiting, but waiting in like a very hopeful way, almost as if a decision has been made. There, I do feel like the masculine is invested. I really do feel like from this energy that they already know what they want to do, but it's just a matter of time before they can see like it happening, or they can take action. So we see in this card, it's like a very beautiful illustration, like the seasons. In each corner of the card is like a scenery from each season, and a energy in here that's like kind of getting older as if time is passing. So it's like I'm also getting a message that they might feel like they're losing time or running out of time, that I don't feel like it's an intense fear, but there's just an energy here of like, well, the longer I wait and the older I get, like the harder it is that it's going to be to kind of get out of my current situation or make things happen in this connection. Like, I feel like they've been in that energy for a while. So for the feminine, we have the Nine of Pentacles in your heart space. So while in your head space, you're really kind of trapped in your thoughts about something, or you can't let something go or like leave your head until you kind of release it somehow. In your heart space, you are getting more and more into your in your power when it comes to like your independence and your singlehood. And like, this doesn't mean that you're not wanting to pursue other relationships or other love connections or even this love connection. In fact, it's the more you get into your Nine of Pentacles energy, it's like you actually getting more ready and prepared for a new and like hopeful love connection. Like the more that you work on your energy and the more that you work on your life and getting your money right and getting your career right and getting aligned with all the things that you love and all the things that you're passionate about, the more ready you are for a love connection. So in both of the masculine and feminine heart space, it's very positive. It's not very emotional. There's not a lot of cups involved in this right now, but it's still extremely positive, I think. I did say, yeah, that's almost. So what is, oops, something came out, but I'm not going to take it because I didn't even ask yet. What is happening in the masculine's outer world, so their physical reality? So we have the Knave of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles. So what we see here in this illustration is like it looks like a masculine energy, like on his laptop, and he has like these helpers around him. Now this is like an interesting take on a Page of Pentacles, because this looks like the masculine is almost in a sense like a leader, and having these like little gnome helpers like work for him. So he's like chilling. He's like not taking a lot of action and stepping up on his own, but he's letting other people do the work. He is doing work like behind the scenes is what I'm getting. I actually really do want to read. I'm just not comfortable with that. I'm not getting a lot of hits from that that card, and I don't think I've ever read the description before. So I just want to tap into that real quick. And so sorry while I leaf through this book. I love these decks, but for some reason I have the hardest time with this book, like trying to find the, okay, here we go. The Page of Pentacles, or the Knave of Pentacles, studies the rhythms of nature and learns the secrets of the physical realm, okay? So he's really sitting back. He's really taking time to figure out what is happening in his outer world, in his physical reality. And this makes sense because we're looking at physical world right now. So he's not taking a lot of action. He's sitting back to just observe. And perhaps he is the person who's putting people into action, he has employees, or he's letting everybody else do the work for him, not in like a lazy sense, or but like almost like just not taking action, not stepping up, but just like really trying to figure things out, especially in terms of like this connection. He doesn't really know exactly what to do, and he's just a knave or a page at this point. So what is happening in the feminine's physical space? Ooh, yes, girls. So, and I'm just saying girls because it's easier, but you don't have to be a female. So we have the Queen of Wands, or I should say, yes, queens. We have the Queen of Wands. So this goes along the lines of heart space. It looks like you really are following your heart, and while the connection is bothering you, you are still moving forward. Thank goodness. We're all just moving forward. We're all learning little by little, and I don't care where you are on this journey, right? This journey, whatever that means to you. I don't care where you are, if you just, met this partner last week, or if you met them, 6 years ago. Or if you're watching too many videos, or you're you're really, really worried and concerned, you're probably also thinking about you. I'm going to give everybody the benefit of the doubt, because I also don't like watching readings where I'm just getting schooled all the time and almost bitched at, or told what to do. I don't know. I get triggered, I guess, and I guess that's for me to look at. But you can be looking at videos, and then at the same time, you can also be in your Queen of Wands, and you can be in your Nine of Pentacles energy, where you are making things happen, or you want to make things happen, and you're really getting in your power. You're really feeling what it's like to use everything in your toolbox, in your arsenal, to make your dreams come into fruition. You're feeling empowered, you're doing it in such a way that's beautiful and graceful and magical. Okay, what is going on in the masculine's inner world? So internally, in terms of this connection, what's kind of, stirring inside of them, inside their belly almost? What's stirring? Ooh, the wheel wanted to come out again. Spirit's I already told you. We have Temperance. Interesting. So Temperance is about healing, nurturing. This card in particular, this couple here is having a very almost decadent and what's the word I'm looking for? Well, it's very well-rounded. They do have pie with whipped cream and a cherry on it, but they're also eating a salad, and they're having olives, and it's very well-rounded. It's nurturing their soul. And the masculine really, I'm sensing, is, I'm sensing very, very deeply and very, very strongly that there's something that they're lacking, or they're feeling like they're needing. Like, I don't feel like a lot of them know exactly when and how to nurture themselves, perhaps in a nutritious and loving way and in celebration with somebody else. I do feel like a lot of the masculines right now are hurting, and I think they're really wanting to have like this ultimate experience and this almost like luxurious and very like there's this word I'm trying to, I can't, I guess nourishing experience with their feminine in this like loving way, and where like they just are getting this quality time to like sit and share and be with one another and like eat a good nutritious meal, because that's healing, you know? It's healing to be with a loved one and to share some wine in moderation, of course, and to have like a good meal. And either they're really wanting to be in this energy and it's a major arcana, so this is like, you know, what they're working towards at the moment, or they're doing this with friends, or they, you know, it's just something that they're needing to do in order to heal themselves at the moment. They're definitely missing the feminine, I feel like. They're definitely missing just that, having that like whole and complete feeling. And whenever they do get that, or let themselves sense that with you, they do feel a sense of completeness. And they do feel a sense of nourishment or nutrient, like, nourishment, like nurturing of their soul. Okay, what's in the feminine's internal world, internal reality? What's happening? Oh, something wanted to come out, but what's happening in her internal world here? The Eight of Cups. Okay. I'm getting a sense that since the feminine's not seeing a whole lot happening in the connection, again, like with dreams, if you're a feminine watching, you might have to really, really tap in right now, because it's really hard to get a sense. But there's a sense of, and you know, this goes perfectly with what we've already seen, like the Queen of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles, that they're choosing, like the feminine is really choosing herself right now. And it doesn't mean that the Eight of Cups is never like a walking away and giving up on love, but it's like, I can't dive into those cups right now. Perhaps in their headspace, though, still like they're tormented by something, or like they haven't fully come into like, or if they're not feeling comfortable with expressing something right now, but in their internal reality, it's like, I'm getting that the feminine is like, my energy is so important to me that if I go there, if I focus all of my energy on my partner and on this connection, I see myself like losing. I see that I start to get depleted and I lose myself in a sense. I hope that makes sense. And the feminine's really not wanting to do that anymore. The feminine's really just like, I have to take all of my energy and keep it to myself and conserve it for myself. Doesn't mean that I don't love my partner, my counterpart. It's just that I need to do me. I really like, that's what I'm really getting. So what's in the kind of action energy? Like what does the masculine, even though like not what they're going to do, but what do they want to do in terms of like going towards the feminine in any way? What do they want to do? So they are the King of Cups right now. So this King of Cups, to me, in this illustration is hot, okay? This guy is like hanging out with kids, and this card kind of wanted to come out in the reverse, but it, the way that I was shuffling, I'm just going to hold it in the upright, and I really do feel like, it's actually in the upright. So King of Chalices, King of Cups, in terms of the connection, there's just so much love in that they have, and they want to be able to express it, but it might not be in a way that is, it might not be in a way that the feminine wants it to be expressed, like perhaps in a romantic, 3D, Two of Cups type of way. But they're wanting to express something. They're wanting to share something. They might not know how. They might be stuck. They might be a little bit hesitant at the moment with that. But the energy is that they do want to share. They do want to be creative and express. So the King of Cups encourages others to express themselves and share their hearts. Okay, so I love it. So in this card, thank you for your patience in letting me go off of this. Yeah, so this King of Cups is helping these kids express themselves through art. So the masculine could be wanting to help the feminine express their feelings. They could be telling you, or they could be like in their action energy feeling like, I know she has something to say. I know that she has something to express, or that she's told me she's wanted to express something. She's holding back. And it's almost like, but it's okay if she does that. It's okay if she comes to me and expresses to me. Because I'm not saying that that's what you should do, feminines. But a big part of what happens in this journey for the feminine is this like lesson that you have to learn in terms of communication. And even if you want to express yourself, but you're like, I don't want to scare them, or I don't want to have this effect on the connection, or I don't want to make a mistake in going towards them, it shouldn't really matter, okay, at the end of the day. And I understand that I've been there with these in my connection. I've been in a space where it's like, I don't want to express myself in fear of messing something up, but you should always just express yourself anyway. Say what you need to say anyway. As long as it's not like in a Queen of Swords reversed way, because honestly, a lot of readers they talk about the Queen of Swords as being like a bitch, but really that's Queen of Swords reversed, in my opinion. Queen of Swords is just standing up for themselves, saying the facts in like a graceful way. People have to be honest. So if you feel, and I don't know why I'm kind of going on and on about this, but I just have a message here that it's okay to express your love. And even if it does have a negative effect on the connection, or it scares your masculine a little bit, there's really nothing you can do. That just because you told the truth about something, it doesn't mean your masculine or your counterpart, this goes both ways, is going to just stop loving you, because you said that you expressed your love. Like, I think it's bullshit that we say, like, oh, be very careful when to reach out. Of course, you have to assess that on your own. But also, there's just something in this card here that he wants to help in his action energy. He wants to help kind of solidify the feelings of love. He knows that things need to be expressed. He knows that you might need help doing so. And so I see it as a green light. If this message resonates for you, if you've already said too much, or if you've, have something has gone down in your connection where you have to stay quiet, that's for you to assess. So I'm going to pull action energy for the feminine. What's the action energy for the feminine? And I'm going to wrap this up with some angels and ancestors card. We have the King of Pentacles. Woo! Okay, so 2 kings here. We have the King of Cups on the masculine side. We have the King of Pentacles on the feminine side. So, feminine, you are bossing up. Like, you are like, I got this. I am getting ready. I am feeling good. I'm getting in such a good space. I'm getting into such a empowered state with my talents and with my hopefully my career status and my money, and bottom of the deck is the Sun. I feel there's like a masculine energy coming off of the feminine. We saw the Queen of Wands. We saw the 9 of Pentacles. We're seeing the King of Pentacles. Now underlying is the Sun. You're getting out of, really what I'm getting is like the feminine is getting out of codependency. Okay? So perhaps you bossed up in a sense and leveled up in a sense where you're not relying on anybody else anymore. Feminines can absolutely be in their king and masculine energy. My ruling planet is Mars, and I was born with it 5 degrees away from the sun, and so I am a masculine. I'm a masculine feminine, and getting another huge part of this journey is getting into a place of independence and not being dependent on a karmic, not being dependent on a deep soul connection, and just doing you and doing what you need to do. So I am really happy for the feminine, and really proud of all of us for ending things that we needed to end, and being in the process of ending and saying goodbye, and walking away from things that don't serve us, and getting into this very independent, sturdy, stable King of Pentacles, I got my shit together energy. So I am so proud of you, and just happy. You don't know me anything. I am proud. I mean to say, I don't mean to say that in a condescending way. I mean to say, you should feel really proud if you're not feeling that way. This is also in terms of getting ready to offer, getting ready for this connection. You have to be ready if you want this connection. You have to have done the work in order to feel ready for this connection. Sometimes I feel ready for this connection, and sometimes I do not. We're going to end on a couple things. So I'm going to pull some twin flame messages. So what does the masculine want to say to the feminine? What does the masculine want to say to the feminine? The message the masculine wants to get across to the feminine. You are an angel. Oh my gosh. I'm feeling just a very compassionate energy from the masculine right now, especially with the King of Chalices that came out. Something really important, in this journey is that we're not victims. Even though our counterpart is not coming towards us, it doesn't mean that they're these villains, right? That they're these people that don't have our back, and that they're turning on us, and they're the perpetrator. They're the people that let us down. They may represent And their energy might feel very similar to the people that actually did abandon us and that actually did, cause some damage when we were younger, but they're not that person anymore, and we're adults. And, they're kind of going through similar challenges themselves and trying to find their way in this, but ultimately, like, they want the best for you, and they think that they feel that you're an angel. So what's a message from the feminine to the masculine? Your beauty still moves me. This is beautiful, you guys. Love. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the love, that people are like, just, maybe it's kind of the weather's getting warmer here in the States, like in the Northern Hemisphere, and people are feeling really good. And, there's just, sorry if this shuffling is loud or like banging on the table. I tried to put like this down. It's a pillowcase, but, wow, I am just feeling the love here. So I'm going to pull some messages from your angels and ancestors for whoever is listening. It doesn't matter if you're masculine, feminine, whatever. Actually, let me do, yeah. Woo. I don't know, that came out weird. Most important message for the listener spirit. Most important message for anybody who's listening. That is also, we'll take this one. Guardian angel. You are not alone. I love this card. It's so beautiful. I'm not going to pretend like I know what that geometric kind of shape represents. I mean, I kind of do, but I'm not going to even try and regurgitate the little that I know about it. But you are not alone. Feathers might also be a symbol. If you're seeing feathers, or like a synchronicity, or like a sign from your angels and your guardians, if you're seeing feathers, that might mean that your angels and ancestors are with you, and they're sending a message to you, and that's something that you should look for. But if you're feeling alone, which is very common, in fact, I've gone through some stuff lately where I'm feeling, like, when is it going to be my time? Like, when is all of my hard work going to pay off? When, am I going to see the fruits of my labor, and getting, tired, and like, there's nobody out there. But I honestly, it's like, we got to tap in, and we got to talk to the divine. We got to talk to our, our guides and our angels, and just believe and trust that we're being watched over. So watch for signs and reminders from your angels and loved ones that they are close by. Remember, they are working hard to guide you. The Guardian Angel card shows the white feather that has become known as the Guardian Angel's business card. I love that. Whenever a white feather appears in your life, or this card appears in a reading, it's a message to say your guardian angel and ancestor guides are particularly close at this time and are there to support you with their love. If you have asked for help with a particular situation, know that there is divine intervention in the works. Everyone has a guardian angel who has been with them in all their past lifetimes and will be there in all the lifetimes to come. So know that you are never alone and never will be alone. This card is a huge reminder that there is always help and support available to you. Your guardian angel is with you now and is here to aid you in all of your endeavors. In order to fully receive their support, first ask for it, then surrender to the process. Know that whatever unfolds will be for your highest good. Beautiful. I love you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please press that like button. Please subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I want to do at least one love reading a week, and get back into it. So thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.